Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is the Fist of Awesome. It's part of the Humble Weekly Bundle Brawlers Pack this week, this being the 16th of January. Should be going till the 22nd if you want to pick it up. It's part of the first tier, so you really only have to donate like $1 to get it. Now, I'm not going to go into some of the gameplay mechanics in this one. I'm actually going to do a different video. I just wanted to show off a little bit of the gameplay. It's a typical brawler. It's good for its humor. It's not anything special in terms of mechanics or anything like that. It's got the humor though. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some recent changes in Steam that may have gone unnoticed. Well, may have gone unnoticed to some people, but it definitely was noticed by me. Now, let's talk about Steam's review system. The Steam review system has some good and bad parts about it. The thing is that the Steam review system has a lot of good and a lot of bad. Part of the bad part came from the fact that there were useless reviews, and by useless, that's obviously subjective. Some people are looking for different kinds of information from their reviews, and some people are looking for different kind of information when they're trying to get an opinion of a game. When I say useless, I mean useless in terms of actually making a opinion on the game, or to make a wonderful decision about whether or not to buy a game or not. The thing is that I've focused on trying to get Steam reviews done and linking the videos in my channel, and I want to say several of you have come to the channel in that way. I mean, the fact is that, I see a great amount of numbers in terms of people coming to the channel and coming and looking at the videos in question because of those reviews. Those are probably some of the best videos I've got in terms of the review content. So, obviously, it makes a lot of difference to me when they make a change. So, what is the change that they made? Well, they made the change indicating now there is a funny button. Well, what do you mean funny button? Well, before there was a recommended button. You have your basic description of the review, and you have the review in terms of a yes and a no. Now, the problem with that, obviously, is that it really boils it down to very, very simple mechanics. The thing is that it's hard to recommend a game. You may not even know whether or not to recommend a game for someone, or whether to put a yes or no. I mean, for some people it's going to be a yes, or some people it's going to be a no. It's hard to put that into words at times, and so that's why I always make sure that I make a video review and give you guys all the information that you could possibly need. But the funny button is supposed to be designed to try to deal with the fact that you're going to have those comical reviews, like, 10 out of 10 game of the year because it's got a dinosaur with laser rocket boots. I'm talking about Jump Jet Rex, by the way, which is a good game, and I did a video on Tech Raptor's channel, but regardless. I think I used Jump Jet Rex because of the dinosaurs in this game. But the thing is that the way that they implemented this new one, I don't think it actually solves any problems. It may solve the problem for a select few who decide that, yeah, I'm going to make sure that, I make sure that I don't hit the yes button in terms of a funny review that doesn't add actually anything to the content. So that's the thing. That's where I'm having problems with it. Oh, and I'm getting my ass beat. Hold on a second. So yeah, it doesn't exactly solve it in my opinion because, well, I'm just taking a look at the latest reviews that I've seen on Steam since the system came out. In particular, I took a look at H1Z1, which I think I'll be writing an article for Tech Raptor on because, yeah, that game's got problems. That game's got problems out the wazoo at this point. But needless to say, people are using the funny button. They're also hitting yes, like they had been before, in terms of recommending the game or recommending the review in question. So, really, does it really solve the problem now, does it? I think it sort of tried to work around the problem. The fact of the matter is that people are going to recommend a review that they find enjoyable or worth reading. Funny videos, funny comments, that's some people. Some people want those kind of reviews and humor in there. So of course they're going to recommend them as well as indicate they're funny. So I feel like Valve took a random stab in the dark and didn't really think about what was going on in terms of their review system, sadly. I mean, maybe it was a thought-out attempt, but to me, it was a sort of a step around of the problem. The fact of the matter is that you've got a system which I think Steam reviews are actually better than what some people describe them as. And let me go into explaining why that is. A lot of review sites and a lot of other pages or store pages in question, the problem with reviews is that, especially in the online era, the review's status can change. So an initial review may not be may not be fully explaining of what the game's current state is. Steam does a better job at that, and because they have a specific algorithm in place to take into account the time in which the review is posted, as well as its sort of like ratio. Well, what evidence do I have of that? Well, just take a look at, for example, Ultra Street Fighter 4's set of reviews. Ultra Street Fighter 4, when it came out on the system on Steam, was widely regarded. It came out for Games for Windows Live, though, which people had a couple of problems with, but the game was relatively stable. Here's the problem, though. Games for Windows Live basically shut down. They had to change it over to the Steam system. In that retrospect, they had some problems. And what do we mean by problems? They had problems with the fact that they seemingly can't keep a good connection going, and there are too many pings happening on people's matches at that point, which is really degrading the experience. You can see that in the current set of Steam reviews that are shown on the store page. The fact is that most of them are actually very negative because of that fact. People are like, don't buy this game in its current state. Makes perfect sense, too. Now, does it perfectly encapsulate the system? No. Are there a lot of people upvoting, those reviews that are having, because they're part of the community and having the issues? Yeah, but, I do think there is a part to that makes perfect sense. You see, the problem with reviews, and especially nowadays, is that, status can change rather quickly. Now, Steam does do a better job of it, but what solutions do I have for this problem? Well, it is hard to say what the problem, or how to solve this problem. The fact of the matter is there are different wants here from people. There are different portions in which they want from a review in terms of whether or not it's funny or whether or not it's, informative. I do think there's a section in the curators that could really play off of this in terms of sort of recommended, in terms of serious reviewers, funny reviewers, so on and so forth, where you can have a filter on reviewers that have been tagged as, funny or silly or, straight up or anything like that. And the review section, filter that out. Say, okay, people who are, known for their funny reviews or anything like that, let's not show those for this person. Let them have a setting for that. And I think that will come up better in terms of community feedback, because it takes a little bit more effort in terms of, classifying people and voting and curation at this point. And I think it is a step in the right direction. I think Steam really should take a look at that. Because the thing is that reviewers, again, based on what your wants are, if you're on my channel, maybe you like what content that I focus on and what content I don't focus on in terms of my reviews. I'm not doing I'm doing first impressions. I'm doing, my first impressions of the game in most cases. Maybe I don't focus as much on graphics, for example, than I do on gameplay. Some people may not like that, and so they may not want to take a look at the reviews that I'm dealing with. So, that's fine. But it would be nice to get people the opinions that they want or need, and the ones that they are better matched with in terms of, sort of the same personalities. So that's basically it. That's what I wanted to talk about with that new change. And, put some gameplay footage behind it and, talk to you guys and get your opinion. Do you think the system review change, the Steam review change, it's a good thing in the long run? I personally think it's, not going to have a huge impact on Steam, but some people do. And I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Get some discussion going. All right, other than that, this is another game on the Humble Bundle Weeklies pack that you should probably take a look at, mostly because there are some good games in there, especially in the second and third tier, which I will be highlighting over the next couple of days. All right, this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and keep on gaming. And, you know, if you do like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want, you know, if you haven't subscribed before. And, honestly, just have a wonderful day. And avoid bears. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have a chance, leave some feedback and comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. This is Dragnix signing off, hoping that gaming brings as much fun to you as it does for me.